Alright, since I'm on a model kick, here's a few more. Pulled out a cabinet, set them out. These are some more of my old ones. I mean, these are at least, that might be the newest one right there, and that's got to be 20 years old maybe. This one right here is probably the oldest one right here. This might be pushing 35, maybe 40 years old. Old 67. I always liked the way this one turned out for my limited skill set, but with the bright red drums all the way around as you had back in the day. Got the double fours sticking out with the trumpet injectors or hats, not injectors. You know what I mean. Decent interior, but so a hack, Sharpie pen for the trim there. Not the best in the world. You can see around. Did what I could. Dusty. These are all in barn fine condition. These are all in a case right now behind glass, so I just hadn't got around to cleaning them. I need to clean them one at a time. But I'm also in the process of repairing them all. They're all missing this, that. Got broken this, that. They've all got stories to tell. But I've had these for a long time. And like I said in a couple of my other videos, I posted one already. This is an old hobby and love that's come back around, and I'm gonna start dabbling with it a little bit. Got a bunch of tools and stuff, and a list of a bunch of other stuff I want to get, and got a bunch of new kits that I've had forever, years and years and years that I've never opened up and done anything with. I got one or two that I started and hadn't finished. I'm trying to finish those up. I'll get around to showing you those. This is one of my favorites. I built this a long time ago. And it used to look a lot better than it does now, but 1970 SS 454 LS6. Of course, this one's not factory. You can see I can get the head up without too much trouble. You can see that's not how it rolled out with. Got big supercharger and 2 4s sitting there. Missing some pieces. Like a Nomad wagon I did a little clip on a minute ago, missing the radiator support and radiator and the fan shroud. Missing the blower snorkel air cleaner that goes up here. I think I got most of this stuff in a parts bin, so to speak. Just gotta get around to one at a time, getting them all back all the way together. So that's project A, is to get these one at a time back into as best a original shape as I built them as possible. And then some of these I'm going to try some new techniques that I'm learning and want to learn, want to practice, and try to maybe upgrade some of these, improve some of these somehow, like this one, for example. Get it cleaned up, and I might try to polish the paint up a little bit on it. This is a molded. I never painted this one, so this is molded. All I did was try to best I could do the details work on it. But there's some new skills I'm learning. I want to try to maybe go back over that chrome trim, maybe scribe out the panel lines around the door there, the seams. Try to accentuate those a little bit, clean up the glass, try some different things. This old Stingray here. Just a black on black Another molded. You know, didn't paint this one. And a lot of these I didn't paint. I hate not painting them. But for a long time there, when I did paint, I wasn't able to, or when I did build some of these kits, I just wasn't able to paint at that time. And so I just decided to build them best I could as the molded color. And, you know, that's not a bad color for a molded. Now that's painted. That one's molded. How about the decals on it? But anyway, back to this one. Again, missing some parts. Again, the radiator seems to be a common theme. I must do a lousy job of gluing those in. But one of the things I'm learning lately is a new UV activated resin. So I want to get some of that and try some of that in some of these hard to glue in spots, like these radiator assemblies where you have tiny little contact points where you can make your contact. And that's why a lot of these break apart, because the traditional glue, modeler's glue, is somewhat brittle with age, and a little bit of vibration, they just come apart, and that's what happened with all of these. But that UV resin would be perfect for some places like this to hold those hard to affix parts in place. But yeah, this one's missing some doodads here and there. I can't think of what all it's missing right off the bat. It's missing bumpers up front for sure. Missing some of the exhaust. I think this one had side pipes. I'm not sure. Some of these I have the boxes, the original box and instructions and everything, and some of them I don't. Like, I think this one originally had like a no. Yeah, it's got the triple deuce set up there. You see it there. Somewhere I got that little triangle shaped air cleaner assembly that goes on there. And again, you can see it's also missing radiator assembly. All that stuff is in a box somewhere. I just got to get around to getting it, putting it back together. Again, mostly cleaned up. I like those wheels. Sort of like how those turned out. This one definitely had side pipes or chrome molding down there that's missing. That needs to get back on there. Missing a drive shaft and a couple other pieces there. So, anyway. There's a few of them anyway. Nice little short clip. So, hope you guys enjoy it. If you got anything to say about it, feel free to, if you know a tip, if you know a place. One of the things I want to look for is a place to. I think there are places where you can order like individual parts. If you know the kit number maybe, or maybe you can just find something similar. I think that's a thing. I gotta look into that. If anybody knows, drop it in the comment. I'm looking for parts, tools, paint supplies. I want to get into airbrushing. Thinking about doing some acrylic stuff and doing some extra detailed body work. So if anybody got any tips and comments about that, feel free to let me know. All right, until next time, peace.